something you can place. I don't want you to read my open book. Can you see what's written on my face? Shut my mouth when I talk, when I stir, something rocks, hits the ground when I fall, and it hurts, face falls off. Do you know what I mean? When you feel like you wanna scream. Shut my mouth when I talk, when I stir, something rocks. Can you hear the words that are left unsaid? Can you speak with a broken mouth and head? I don't want to understand your wrath. Can you hear the words that are left unsaid? Shut my mouth when I talk, when I stir, something rocks, hits the ground when I fall, and it hurts, face falls off. Do you know what I mean? When you feel like you want to scream. Shut my mouth when I talk, when I stir, something rocks. My reverie always takes the best of me. It's always such a tragedy when I'm lost in my memory, my energy always takes the best of me. It's always such a tragedy when I need some caffeine. I don't need therapy, I don't want your sympathy. Don't want you to talk to me, I don't want you to talk to me. same old song, the one where I sing about where it all went wrong. I can't change my tune, I don't know how or if
New
I
negative
really
XP
want
is
to.
lame.
Do it all for her, what a silly thing to think about, but it still hurts. It still hurts. When I think about the time I had it all, now I just have the wall. I don't think, just blink, just
I gotta get my Odyssey thing down.
ground without a doubt. My mind is fried, there's no time to cry. I just stare at the wall, I just stare at the wall. I don't think, just blink, just sit and sink into the ground without a sound. It's another verse about how sometimes I still think of her. When I try to forget, I try not to think and get it out of my head. Well, it's a funny thing, cause if I did, I wouldn't even want to sing. Did it all for her, and it still hurts, it still hurts. When I think about the time I had it all, now I just have the wall. I don't think, just blink, just sit and sink into the ground without a sound. My mind is fried, there's no time to cry. I just have the wall, I just have the wall. I don't think, just blink, just sit and sink into the ground without a sound. It's the same old song, the one where I sing about where it all went wrong. I can't change my tune, I don't know how or if I really want to. Did it all for her, what a silly thing to think about, but it still hurts. It still hurts. When I think about the time I had it all, now I just have the wall. I don't think, just blink, just sit and sink into the ground without a sound. My mind is fried, there's no time to cry. I just have the wall, I just have the wall. I don't think, just blink, just sit and sink into the ground without a sound.
Alright. One more. Then we'll get started. If this loads. Yeah, no, it's not my old band. It's Negative XP. You know what I'm saying? Dude, word. Whoa, hey. I don't want to play that one. But anyway, yeah, that's the new Negative XP. It's pretty fire. Pretty fire. But yeah, I was like zeroing in on this picture here. We're going to cover this college in a little bit more depth in this stream, the Ursinus College. But in the trend of like taking selfies with your mask on or with your vaccine card or whatever the fuck it is, a creepazoid shit. They're doing like college, graduation photos with them now. Can you think of anything more ludicrous in your life? Like that's just insane to me. Like, I can't believe they're doing this. Why would they want to obstruct their visage for such a, supposedly momentous occasion of, women in university and in the workplace. I mean, it's such an empowering, awesome thing. You'd think that they want to showcase that pretty face to the world, but I guess not. So that's fucking weird. we'll get into that fucking college a little bit more in detail, but I just wanted to kind of share a couple of videos that I've taken recently. Just quick little. I've seen shit like this around. No, wait, maybe I should start with this. Dude, I'm going on a kick lately of just anti-mask, just refusing to wear masks. I'm trying to start a fucking, or contribute to this. Masks off, dude. Just anytime motherfuckers try to get you to wear a mask, just fucking shirk that shit. Shirk that shit. Hey, what the fuck? Why did it freeze up, dude? Odyssey's usually the shit, man. Oh, there we go. No thanks, I'm not a homosexual. Do you have a lighter? Chad. Oh no. Dude. Dude, come on. Oh my god, man. No thanks, I'm not a homosexual. Do you have a lighter?
Hey, Gabby.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, then I just checked out. I guess she had to check me out for some reason. I guess it's because I got something from that rack. The lighter. Whatever. Post videos of yourself shirking masky stuff under masks off. Please do. Just please do. That would be epic. The only way we're going to go back to normal is by going back to normal. You know what I mean? What? There we go. No mask. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Odyssey's usually the shit. Why is it all of a sudden not loading? Of course, it would do that. Masks. Dude. Of course it's doing that now. Damn, dude. This is not a particularly masks. Flankers.
You have a mask, sir?
Never.
You need a mask to work shopping, okay?
Okay. Sarcastic as fuck. Sure.
Come on,
Sure.
please. It's required.
He's violating social social distancing.
Huh?
I'm asymptomatic, man. It's like a year into this thing. No?
You're what?
It's a year into this thing, I'm asymptomatic.
Yeah,
Yo, fuck. Why?
Never.
you need a mask.
That is such buzzkill, dude.
Okay.
You have a search going over here?
Sure.
Come on,
Sure.
please. It's required. Hey, Justin.
Asymptomatic.
Huh?
I'm asymptomatic, man. It's like a year into this thing. You know?
You're what?
It's a year into this thing, I'm asymptomatic.
Yeah, it does. We're all still required. Actually, in the city of Milwaukee, they're still required.
Dude.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
highly advised.
Got any masks over here?
And he's gonna like touch the mask.
Anyone for the gentleman right here? Please. Thank you, sir. He'll grab you one. Saves a lot of headaches.
And they're all like crowded around. I don't understand. He's trying to like look for a way out.
Why aren't you wearing a hazmat suit and 2 masks? Why aren't you wearing a face visor? Why aren't you wearing a face visor and a hazmat suit, man?
Sir, we actually strongly recommend wearing a mask. It's the city. The city's still.
Why aren't you wearing a face visor?
I got a mask on. They're requiring masks.
No face visor, no 2 masks.
I don't need to argue
hazmat
with you.
suit.
So, sir, I'm not. It's not for up to debate.
Yeah. Okay, dude.
Just strongly recommend it.
Yeah, so just sarcastically brush these people off, or just like refuse. It's really all it comes down to. Wait, hold on. We don't want this one yet. But dude, have you seen this kind of stuff in your cities? These pods, okay? Have you seen this kind of shit? Hold on. Get rid of that bad boy. But have you seen this fucking pod shit, okay? Hold on a sec. I work in retail and don't wear a mask. I advise my customers to be free as well. Based Catania Mama Italia. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I have advised across the board, across, you know, whatever economic status, across race, across town, across the country, across the world. Like, it's time to shirk this mask bullshit. But apparently people in Metro Milwaukee do not agree. I mean, I took this video the other day. They have built these like distancing pods, okay? This is probably like the foreclosed real estate that you're gonna buy in the future. We're gonna be buying like pods, okay? This is what they're gonna try to fucking encourage.
This is how they're drinking in like little pod things. They have to do this now in order to drink, I guess. Like this is the way of the future. Little separation pods, little separation booths. Just absolute psychosis, dude. This is fucking deranged. Survey these people in their natural habitat. Shall we? Survey these people in their natural habitat. Shall we? That's why we sit here. That's why you sit here? People, that's one way of putting it. Pod people. This is just insane. They think they have to sit in separation in order to drink, but they're why are they drinking? Why are they smoking? Why are they eating junk food? If you're sick, why aren't you at home? This makes no sense. Stop.
It's going like total like Joker mode, black pill.
Why are they eating junk food? If you're sick, why aren't you at home? This makes no sense. Stop destroying society.
Yeah, but you get the point. Like, what
consumer
the fuck? Why is it
culture
lagging all of a sudden. What the fuck? This has
Nonsense.
never happened on Odyssey for me before, ever. And as soon as I try to stream some Odyssey content,
natural habitat, shall we?
It lags.
That's why you sit here? People, that's one way of putting it. Pod people. This is just insane. They think they have to sit in separation in order to drink, but they're
drinking and they're eating junk food, vegan, soy-infused, whatever, latte. The other thing is, I've sort of digitally reconnected with people, like, apropos of nothing, a couple people from my past try to reconnect online, and I'll be like, yeah, just you want to hang out or whatever, and they say, well, yeah, no, we can't, a la pandemic. And they think this is like a given. Like, for the last year, a lot of these people literally believe that they are not allowed to socialize with their family, their friends, their old flings, whatever it is. That they're not, that they're literally just grounded for the past year. That's what so many fucking people actually believe.
Why are they drinking?
Yeah.
Why are they smoking? Why are they eating junk food? If you're sick, why aren't you at home? This makes no sense. Stop destroying society. This is consumer culture nonsense. What's wrong with you? All these fucking masks are corporate branded. It's like the corporations on your fucking masks.
That's Green Bay. I think that's a Green Bay. No, wait. What is that? I'm bad with sports teams or college, whatever the fuck.
Oh my gosh, dude. No mask. Masks off, baby. God damn. I can't believe that shit, dude.
So if you can't tell, like, Maskie culture is not, I mean, it's not treating me well. Like, seeing these people even outside or at the grocery store is just kind of flipping me out at this point, dude. Sound off in the chat if you agree. Maybe some of you don't have to deal with it, but yeah, we watched that, Steve. Sitting there alone. What the fuck? Why do people do that? When they see you approaching, they fucking dig the mask out of their pocket or whatever and put it on. It's so fucking disgusting. Yep. See? Nose exposed. 'Cause it's a performance. Performative. It's just, I don't know, man. And then looks like an anti-Scott Walker sticker right there. Of course, yeah, I didn't really pick up on that. It says, we don't need no education under Scott Walker. I mean, dude's kind of boomer and everything, but I really don't think... I think he just, like, attacked the really corrupt Milwaukee Public Schools Teachers Union, or the MTEA, rather. Like, a bunch of comedy despicable fuckers. Like, you've seen videos of those people on my channel, namely that John Fleisner fuckwit. I mean, they openly indoctrinate the kids and push critical race theory, and... So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Scott Walker's based on that one sliver of I mean, going after the teachers' unions at the very least. That's a digression, though. Holy shit. Walking alone with a mask on. Yeah, sitting there alone with a mask on. All that fun stuff.
What the fuck, dude?
Driving with a mask on, of course, like selfieing, Instagram selfieing yourself in the car with a mask on. Like, that stuff drives me up the wall. And I showed a picture earlier of a graduation photo. Someone took a graduation photo, college graduation photo with a fucking mask on. Like,
people wearing masks, just like me or no one. Like, what the? Is this just blue cities, or is this just everywhere?
Might just be blue cities. This might just be blue cities. Can you even... An ad for fucking OnlyFans on the street.
Degeneracy removed. E-girls wrecked. And no, I did not fucking litter bug. I just wanted to make it look all like, you know, flick it away sort of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah. Whew. TikTok is fucking geeta.
You like man?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Love yourself today, cause baby, you were born this way.
Nope. That's cringe, dude. Man, oh man, oh man. Sketch.
Now look at this.
What is the quality you most like in a man?
I'm most like in a person. How about
Oh
that?
my god.
So she has to erase maleness, of course. Because TikTok is telling her to, and, you know, pretty much all the women that you could conceivably meet are being told by TikTok advertising to erase you, basically. Because it's basic human rights to erase you, white male.
That your boyfriend built like a bitch. You shut your ass up. You should be my girlfriend instead.
Gross. Ugh, you're dressing up like the Joker. Why?
If I don't look like a queer-coded cartoon villain
when I dress. What, pray tell, is the point in dressing at all?
There's no point in you breathing. Look at how rich these people are, dude. Nobody cares. Get back in the kitchen. Say all of these things.
I'm bisexual.
No one cares, yo.
Women and men. Stop telling me to pick just one of them. I'm attracted to both masculine and feminine.
Someone touched you when you were a kid and get therapy. God damn, dude. What if we had like a department that just came through to remove this? You know, just on site. A government department.
I'm bisexual. I like women and men. Stop telling me to pick just one of them.
Dude, okay, I know I have at least a handful of gaydus in my audience. You acknowledge that this is cringe, right? You acknowledge this is cringe.
I'm attracted to both masculine and feminine. What's happening? I'm bisexual.
It's like a kid,
bisexual. Dude. I like women and men. Stop telling me to pick just one of them. I'm attracted to...
Dude, these are babies. Why is YouTube promoting this? Why isn't this being flagged for
both masculine
whatever?
And
like, wouldn't it be great if the flagging system was like flag for degeneracy, flag for anti-white, flag for like flag for anti-American, flag for LG, you know, flag for SJW triggered.
What's happening? I'm bisexual.
That would be great.
Before bed, and I remembered that a lot of my followers don't know that the sun doesn't really go down in the summer, so I thought I'd show you.
There you go.
This is Alaska, 10:15 p.m. at night. See ya. I just realized that some people don't notice the slightest changes of energies of their friends or strangers around them based on voice changes or like the way people put down a cup because they didn't grow up in a household where they had to be able to do that to protect themselves. And on one hand, I'm a little jealous of them, but on the other hand, those are the same bitches that can't take a hint, so...
I was remembering recently how we used to play Spin the Bottle. And if a girl spun the bottle and it landed on another girl, everyone would be like, oh, redo. And I would always be like, let's stick to the fucking rules, okay? I respect the integrity of this game. Pucker up, Jenna!
No, women are not funny.
This has nothing to do with me. This has to do with following the fucking rules.
It's not funny, dude. Dude, women have no reason to be funny or to play in a band, okay? It's cringe. You have nothing to prove. This is stupid.
I'm gay, Trish.
Really? You're my brother.
Shut up.
You were born my brother.
Oh man, oh man.
And I love you no matter what.
This is so canned and fake. These people are just like Teflon coated as it gets. These people are manufactured by these websites, by universities.
What the fuck are we doing? Okay. Is this a prank?
This is annoying. What is this supposed to show? Just that you're gaydar?
Things that I would actually say out loud that I thought made perfect sense before I knew I was gay. I don't know what part this is. I didn't really know I had any stories left, but this is kind of funny. I just remembered. So, like, what number do you usually count to, you know, during, you know, sex? What do you mean, what number? You know, like, to, like, count until it's over, like, in your head? Why would I want it to be over? But it's not like it's actually, like, benefiting you. Like, it doesn't feel good for you. I do actually enjoy it. Interesting.
The LGBT
what the fuck was that? But like a cry for help or something. I don't fucking know what the hell that was, man.
Now, the twinks and the femmes are plotting world domination.
Yeah, you
the
are.
butches and the bears are trying to stop them. Bi and Pan are playing Uno at a table. Ace and Arrow are underneath that table, and Arrow keeps stealing Uno cards. Ace is trying to stop them. Trans is in a corner for some reason. Non-binary somehow got in a tree.
Yikes.
Demi is outside of the house wondering if they're allowed in. Polly got fucking lost on the way there. They don't know where the fuck they are, but they're just gonna have their own picnic at some park. Gender fluid is just doing cartwheels in the backyard.
These people are like
Queers
rich.
are playing
They're rich because they fucking like goofily complain about being trans on the internet like an anime character. That's kind of what we're seeing. Like they act like an anime character and say, "I'm downtrodden Gibbs."
The
sort of thing.
incognito gays and lesbians have doused themselves in rainbows, so everyone knows they belong here. The agenders have a set.
But do they believe it? I don't think they do. They've been, like I've said many times before, they've been reinforced. This behavior's been reinforced, like be it the rioting or the looting or the like cringe like social media pandering. They're just fucking fibbing.
Offended and are now trying to swallow
they're fibbing and ooh wow.
the entire world. The intersex are trying to stop them.
They're fibbing, dude.
So last night I learned some information. So I've never really been invited to sleepovers with guys, so I was not aware of this. But last night I found out that at guys' sleepovers they how do I say this? They help each other out, if you know what I mean.
You look like an anime character, dude. You look like a lackey in like a Final Fight beat 'em up kind of game.
Completely unaware of this fact.
Like Billy or something.
And I'm just a little what right now, because then they have the audacity to turn around and be like, "Oh, F-Sir, oh, you're so gay, bro."
Why is this promoted?
I'm gay? I mean, yes, but also, what happened at the last sleepover, Chad, huh? I mean, I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure Tommy could tell me.
They don't exist unless they can convert other people into existing like them, and they do that through, like, molestiness and hoodwinkiness.
I've been hiding in the closet.
Like your natural disgust reaction to this ukulele gayness. Oh, that must mean you're gay.
Every time I think I'll tell my mama I got it.
Ukulele.
The weather looks nice, hey. Mom and Dad, I hope you understand. I'm the same.
I hate this vocal style too.
My love was
this is like YouTube ad music.
One day I might have a boy. Shake your hand and I pray that you love me for the way that I am. I wrote this song so you won't feel alone.
It makes me realize anytime I was saying hipster, I was actually saying gay. You know what I mean? Or maybe anytime you're saying gay, you're saying hipster. I don't know. Maybe it's interchangeable. You know.
No, though, I do find if you say you're bi, a lot of the time people think you can decide whether or not you end up with a man or a woman, like it's a choice which gender you end up with, which is obviously ridiculous. I mean, of course it's not a choice. If it were a choice.
Notice how they're just rambling while doing, again, they're doing like bourgeois things, like putting on their makeup and, you know what I mean, and like really comfortable looking either apartments or houses, you know.
Who would choose?
This is like trust fund kid concerns through and
men.
through.
It's just because like we smell better and you're violent. So yeah, thank you. No, not for me. I also think it's weird though because like of course it's not a choice. Like I mean, in the first instance, I can't determine whether or not I run into more men or more.
Wait a minute. So this is a really annoying makeup chick, just lip syncing a really shitty fucking
women I'm attracted to, but also in my experience,
rambling lesbian fucking stand-up
men are just
comedian.
more likely to show interest, right? Like even if you told them, no, thank you, and I'm like, well, just in case. Like they're certainly consistent, and I would say that people often ask me what the difference is as a bi person. What's the big difference between dating men and women?
Dude, I don't give a shit if you're catcalled or like if guys come talk to you. Can I just say I don't fucking care. That is a ludicrous concern coming at you, courtesy of just some TikTok broad You know what I mean? Like, the TikTok broad and all of them.
And obviously gender is a construct, but at the same time, if I had to say what the biggest difference would, it would be that with women, I'm like, oh, I wonder if she's interested, and with men, I'm like, put your dick away, Kevin.
If you're part of the LGBTQIA community, stop scrolling. Listen, with Pride right around the corner and my new TikTok motto being don't debate, educate, this is my new series called History, but make it queer. The series where I teach you about how us queers got here and who fought for us along the way. And this is where we start. In 1924, Henry Gerber founded the Society for Human Rights, which would later become the first recognized gay rights organization in America. Gerber made a 3-point strategy for how he was going to win what he referred to as homosexual emancipation. The first point being that they wanted to hold lectures to show how they were being treated in society. The second, they wanted to found a publication so that other people in the gay community could know how their efforts were progressing. And third,
Flame Floppy just says, half my suburban friends I grew up with who moved to the city all became people like this. Word. I used to be unbiased, yeah. Life must be so hard. Poor babies. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, I got attracted to the wrong guy and a gal, and tri-gender, multifaceted, gender, queer, blah, blah. As they say from the comfort of their cul-de-sac off. Again, like, either cul-de-sac off community, completely insulated from all the diversity they advocate for, you know.
Third, they wanted to educate authorities on the unjust long prison sentences for people committing homosexual acts. And they did in fact start America's first gay interest publication called Friendship and Freedom. But a few months later, the police barged in on the Society and Henry Gerber and arrested him and 3 other people on false accusations. His charges would later be dropped, however, it cost him his entire life savings, which caused the Society to dismantle.
Get
Henry
those
Gerber's
shackles
work was
back,
pivotal in
hell
gay
yeah.
rights, and that's why his apartment is now landmarked.
I don't like girls.
But you're in love with boys.
Okay, and?
No, I'm asking that.
Yes.
Fake.
Wait, then why do you say you like a girl?
I don't. I kept saying that because you guys kept making fun of me.
It's just a joke. Calm down.
This is fake.
So that's why I felt comfortable.
Maybe these people just like,
right now.
maybe these people just seem like they're acting all the time, and it's indistinguishable for me. Like, them being quote unquote real is just acting.
Because I'm actually getting.
Because their entire worldview is based on anti-truth.
Really? Sick and tired of it. And I've been for years. Getting really sick and tired of it.
I'm never gonna look at you the same.
I don't care, honestly. Like, I honestly don't care.
No, my mouth is good all over this.
You don't accept it, you don't accept it. I don't care because you don't care. At least you'll quit. Unless you want to start making fun of me. Unless you want to start making fun of me of liking guys, but.
I mean, there's a lot of material there. It's not make fun. It's not necessarily make fun, dude. It's just like question. It's like asking questions about why so many people have different proclivities and inclinations and quirks, shall we say. It's kind of just examining all of that. We'll get to that, though. We'll get to the college that Do wanted me to go over. Dude's so generous, by the way. If you have something that you want me to go over, by the way, go over to subscribestar.com/dursttheworst. And if you got a request of some kind of video or whatever you want me to go over, I'll oblige you at the highest tier. I think it's like $9 a month. But anyway, the Sargon fucking Reddit. These guys are not enough, I gotta tell ya. But this person, this poster, Mank Frank, says, the destruction and decay of the West has me contemplating ways of moving beyond liberal valleys to deal with the issue at hand. I imagine if I were a great dictator to level King Jong-un, I'd find a very creative way to punish the enemy. With absolute power, I'd reconstruct society and address the ills that I see. First, I'd find the rabble-rousers in the professional class and the financiers, particularly those who either fund or rationalize the burning of cities and forcing guilt into the minds of the majority. Based? Secondly, almost all their assets and wealth will be seized by the state and redistributed at my discretion. Based? Thirdly, they'd be forced by the state to relocate to the crime-ridden slums with the good people they say are being unfairly targeted for arrest. Fourthly, propaganda will air telling the good urban folks that the new arrivals are complicit in their position in life, and they've only been exploiting, that is amazing, only been exploiting them throughout their lives. Lastly, any attempt to fight back against their urban attackers will be framed by the new press as education system as racism. It's funny, like, it's sort of like describing what white America is going through right now. in a sense. Except it's not the financiers and the professional class. It's more like the blue collar class and the fucking entrepreneurial class is being screwed with. You know, people are trying to make an online living, or people who are trying to make any kind of living that have the wrong opinions. You know, blue collar whites basically, and that sort of thing. Trying to drive those people out of the cities, like. But anyway, let me guess what Sargon's followers have to say about any sort of authoritarianism or any sort of government involvement in anything, okay? Censorship is increasing... oh, that's a bot. Regime change in Brazil, keep assassinating, blowing their... Let's see. Seizing and redistributing property makes you no better than the commie scum. Personally, I just exile the ones that took direct action. Seems fitting. The problem with that might be that it's rotten to the core, like from top to bottom. Every last single solitary person involved in leftist activism or promotion is an absolute scuzzbag. Every last single one of them. They are completely irredeemable. Dude, I mean, it's a plurality of them are people that belong in prison, if not all of them. Let's just be honest. Okay. Let's see. Exile them. Manky Frank says, exile them with their wealth and power. Money is power. All states can seize wealth no matter the economic system. They prove themselves to be enemies of the state and the people. They're terrorists and will be treated as such. That this guy is like beyond based. Okay, Eat Sleep Troll says, I get your frustration, I do. Every one of us is dissatisfied with how things are run in their respective areas in the West largely, but honestly, I'm afraid this might count as incitement to bad stuff and a horrible take at the very least. Oh my god, this guy's a pussy, dude. Might edit it. This is more hypothetical. Yeah, I mean, this guy's more based and more like rational. He's talking about what the state should do, ultimately. It's not incitement of any sort. He's saying more hypothetical about how maybe I might act after already receiving the reins of power. Nothing incitement about it, legally or otherwise. Exactly. It's political speech entirely. Oh, I get that. I'm a dumb. Yeah, you're just a pussy. Please edit out that part about after thirdly, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, or at least use a euphemism, leftist style. Low quality, but you don't disagree. Wow. These mods are pussies, dude. Doesn't think that's actually going to happen, right? If it were going to happen, it would happen well long. I mean, it would have happened like a long ago, actually. It might be too late for anything like that to happen. It would have required people to notice this many decades prior. You know. But yeah, that's Reddit for you. You can't post anything, you know, not even on supposedly edgy old Sargon 2015 Sargon. But dude, so Diendu wanted me to go over this fucking okay, like I knew colleges were screwed up, but let's just examine, like, I don't even know where to begin. Holy crap. These guys have been rabble rousers in many a different way. Let's watch this video. Oh my god, of course they're masking it up. Hold on. Spooky music.
Good afternoon, Ursinus. I'm President Blomberg, and I'd like to take a few moments today to acknowledge the tragic shooting of Jacob Blake that recently took place in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Tragic. It's not tragic. We've been over this. He was a convicted rapist who was violating a restraining order. I think he was like trying to kidnap a kid or something. And the taser was deployed. It didn't work. And he went for a knife. So shut up.
We have spoken far often about tragedies perpetrated on black lives and people of color. Tragedies inspired by racism, hate, and ignorance.
Nope. The ignorance is coming from you.
Yet again, we find ourselves having to confront another unjust and hostile act. It is true that we must all do better as a society, but as we begin our fall semester, I implore you to find it within yourselves to do better too. We have a role to play on our campus, collectively and as individuals.
This is cult brainwashing nonsense, dude, and it's got the spooky, fucking, emotionally gripping piano music. I mean, it's just all complete. He's got a ribbon. It's like the video opened with them meaningfully taking the masks off to address the crowd.
I'm committed to ensuring that the college does its part
sycophants
to bring greater awareness to hostile acts. We will always stand in solidarity with faculty, staff, and students, regardless of race, color, religion, sexual orientation, gender, disability, national origin, and so many other factors.
So white?
Thank you, President Blomberg. Today, Brock and I want to make sure you understand that while words certainly matter, our actions have meaning. Ursinus College is committed to inclusion and equity and promoting a more just world.
Just stealing money from white
people.
people,
We are working
right.
closely with students on future programming about how our differences make us
Programming, yes, of course. This is programming right here, yes, of course.
You will also see actual signs of support for those who are often targets of discrimination.
No, they're not.
Our new smokestack mural will feature your stories so that they may be sketched into the very fabric of campus forever. And we're looking beyond our campus.
Dude, Blakes are absolutely not discriminated against. They're getting like $20,000 home buying grants from the government, dude. They are not discriminated against. They get freebies. Like, since I've been alive, they've always gotten freebies simply because they're Blake, and they still can't hack it, dude.
By exploring partnerships and youth mentoring programs with the Perkiomen Valley School District. We're even leading conversations.
Like, we have to pick up the slack. We have to pay for it. So we have to pay higher rents and live in shitty fucking graffiti-infested cities so they can afford to go to college and, study why we suck.
On race with Rotary and other organizations whose members are community leaders.
I bet you it's just like endless courses on how to teach courses, on how to teach courses, on how to be... You know what I mean? It's just like... It's like learning how to teach courses on how to teach courses on how to like hate whites. Like it just produces absolutely nothing.
We have work to do. This semester and this year will be one of productivity and action, so that all students and visitors feel welcome here at Ursinus. Thank you, and welcome back to campus.
Gross. Putting it back on. Wait a minute. I didn't notice how bedazzled and gay that fucking song. Wow, look at that. You put it back on. Oh, God. Hold on. Look at how J and gay this guy is. It's all a performance.
Ursinus is a tight community.
Tight butthole?
It operates well because everyone is invested in it.
Cringe.
Students, faculty, and staff come here to learn and to work because they believe in the importance of what we do. This is always true. But this year, on top of that, we are operating in the context of a global pandemic. Being kind, respectful, and safe are even more important than usual. In a normal year, failure to do so can have some negative consequences for the well-being of the campus. This year, failure to consider the full community, even by just a few people, could potentially force the campus to shut down. That is what we expect of you all, what we demand of you, being responsible for yourselves, but also for all of those around you. And we have great faith in you, that you are so looking forward to this experience of Ursinus that you will follow all of the guidelines to improve the safety on campus. Wear your mask, maintain physical distance, wash hands, and so on. And that you will encourage those around you to do the same. Ursinus has a long tradition of asking students deep questions.
These people need to ask questions like, well, why is this so fucking creepy and fake? And like, how none of this makes sense. Kind, respectful, ooh, safe. No, you're lying. It's not safe. People are killing themselves, dude. This is fake and gay. This is just control. Everybody knows it. Take the masks off. I mean, like... Oh man, my brain is just cooked from even seeing these people just every day.
Questions that have no final...
Can you imagine being a young kid going through elementary school, or maybe like a teen or 20-something going through college, and just being like autistic enough to know that this is entirely bullshit? Can you imagine how you must be getting treated by the establishment right now? Can you imagine, like, if you were...
correct answers.
They would probably try to put you on drugs, like even more so, like 10 times the regimens of Ritalin or Adderall or...
What should matter to me?
Hormones.
How should we live together? How can we understand the world? And what will I do? Your responses to those questions, if we do our job right, will change over your time at Ursinus. And if we are truly successful, they will continue to change after you graduate, because you will continue to ask yourself those questions. We recognize that there are some elements of what we usually do that are simply impossible.
Maybe like being
this
Stan
fall.
or Kyle in South Park.
But do not worry.
That show's pretty
The
Jay.
context of this year will make this the most memorable.
I mean, didn't Stan or I haven't watched South Park in forever, but aren't they like pro-vax, pro-mask?
Year to be in college in decades. You will remember this fall. You will tell stories of this fall. You will be.
You will take commemorative photos of yourself in graduation, or for graduation photo, wearing a face kippa for no reason. Because we soothed your brain with creepy music. And obviously, Jewish
changed
announcer.
by this fall in ways that will be far more significant than the sacrifices we will have to make to get there. Welcome to Ursinus.
Wow, dude. I feel like you're in a Kool-Aid cult of some kind. And some background tunes. Must do better. A joint statement about racial injustice. Written by whom? Joint statement, so I guess just jointly written. We write today with one voice, the president of college and the president of student government, to speak with unity about the issues of racial injustice at the college. Protests, riots across our nation demand participation. No. They demand that you social distance. No. Social distance from people that are trying to destroy your country, please. Ursinus family cannot stand by, passively watching in quiet as injustice occurs. Words matter. They alone are not enough. Oh my god. Currently working with partners across the campus to help center the voice of the members of the Blake community and all people of color. Quite frankly, their voice, I'm not very impressed with their voices. I'm not. I've never really been, to be honest with you. I think I've had to pretend for a while like I was. But I'm really not. This is the most small order of the realities that racial inequality exists now. So what? So what? They're not. I mean, some groups just aren't as meritocratic as others. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, you're gonna fucking wage a campaign to fucking attack people for being meritocratic? Okay. You're gonna destroy society? You're gonna throw a fucking extended tantrum because some groups do better than others? Okay, cool. This kinda sucks. You know? Country is collective, indifference has cost us too many lives, we must do better, confront the value. No, we shouldn't. Racial injustice threatens the safety, well-being, and progress of all marginalized communities. No, I think marginalized communities threaten the safety of sane, safe people. Sign up for the event, sign up for the prostration event. Webinar not available. Jesus. Save the negative XP, actually. Maybe I should do some fucking lo-fi hip-hop. That's more relaxing, you know? Because this stuff... Hey, Jay Santos, how you doing, man? How you doing? What's lo-fi hip-hop going? Something like that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so... The impact of race and ethnicity on COVID-19. Man, you don't want to go too hard on the Britneys. Because you know they're indoctrinated. But still, I mean, come on, femoids. We gotta get these femoids whipped into shape here. Because they're being influenced by every institution that exists to undermine the good institutions that used to exist, the crumbling institutions and pillars that used to exist. The goal of our project is to bring awareness to visualizations of how systemic racism is something that impacts communities of every color every day, especially during a crisis such as a global pandemic. Oh my god. Dude, the global pandemic is just kind of like overhyped and fake. We all know that by now. And if it was being spread, it was being spread by these fucking rioters that are predominantly Blake and Jewish and mulatto and some cucked whites. And we call those people out all the time for what they're doing. The constant, like, hoodwinking, like, we see them out there burning shit and attacking people in crowds, and they're not spreading COVID-19, but the fucking Trumpsters who are actually peacefully protesting are, you know what I mean? That whole hoodwinking. But yeah. Residential segregation, oh, so people don't want to live around violence, racial capitalism, people don't want to do business around violence and like decay. Social stressors, diversity is a social stressor for me. I don't know about y'all. Socioeconomic disparities, that's not a problem. Some groups just do better than others. Should look up meritocracy and fight for that. Fight for more genuine meritocracy. By using these as a lens to view the unequal burden faced by communities of color. I probably shouldn't be too hard on this chick, because she might not even, like, take this that seriously, you know? She might just be trying to, like, oh yeah, cool, I'm in college, like, I'm doing the thing that's expected of me, you know? You want me to take a lesbian dance theory class at university? I fucking can you release that sort of content? You know what I mean? Like, if you were to take a hidden camera into a classroom, because you don't see enough of that content. You'd think you'd see more of that kind of content, like you did with the Laughing at Liberals Michael Strickland guy. He went into classrooms with a camera, and they got aggressive with him and shut Downey with him and called the campus police on him. I've tried some auditing content like that, and yeah, it usually results in the cops getting called. But yeah, dude, getting a camera in these creepy fucking classrooms and recording more Zoom calls, I'm surprised that hasn't happened more. Like, it's only happened a little bit from what I've seen. Right, a mini GoPro that can be concealed for sure. Like, I get that. It's just like, can you release that? Is it copyright? You know what I mean? Because they could easily just like turn around and sue you for copyright, couldn't they? And that would be cringe. The history of racism at earthiness. These sources of connections to racism and earthiness, and give an idea to why the Unity House needed in the. Oh my god, dude! Was this written by a person named Blake? What was this written by a person named Blake or? The house is an essential space for underrepresented students of different ethnicities and genders. I love this underrepresented. Like, I should fucking care. Like, why does it matter if they're under? By the way, Blakes they're overrepresented relative to their population size. They're overrepresented. People don't even know what under and overrepresented means. They're just trained to think that underrepresented means that they're by definition hurting, right? And that white people are the culprit, of course, right? See. Yeah, they're giving like up to 20 grand to new home buyers who are not white. Yeah, we touched on that. I think it's up to like 20K. The ones who mass shamed online when COVID broke out were the same who led the gay chant at protests. Stay together, stay tight. We do this. Huh? Got it. Yeah, that's fucking degenerate and stupid, but... So this is racism at Ursinus. This, like, ultra cringy, overcompensating, like, anti-white, bedazzling, mask-wearing fucking... First black... All female... What's AFAB? African female... All black... What does that stand for? Man, who cares, man? College is a scam, as per the title in the video. It's not a genuine meritocracy. It's just cooked. It's just like, it's favoritism at its core, like over generation after generations. It's just ideological hegemony toward the left and anti-white, anti-male. Like, that's what it is, dude. Blah, blah, blah. Traces of the trade screening. So it's just basically them prostrating at the altar of diversity and saying, like, oh, this is a history of racism, but it's just a history of the fucking, you know, it's a history of the university groveling to Blakes and giving them money. That's what it is, dude. You know? Scientist Billy Goat Gates is getting divorced from his inoculation. What? Encouraging the crowd to stay together as the cops roll out. Yeah. Because it's about people of their ideology and mindset having an awesome life, while people who think the way we do, like, eventually having... You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to live in pods while they live on top of the hill. That sort of thing. Like, we're supposed to live in a shanty, fucking mask-wearing snot pit, while they live in a nice, sunny, gated-in on top of the hill with a swimming pool. Like, you know, Patrice colors. That sort of thing. But dude, this is ultra cringe, dude. This is a part of Ursinus College, and they're just flat out telling you, I mean, Jews and racial privilege. Not all Jews are white. I am black but beautiful, O daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of What the fuck kind of psychosis is that? Jews of color make up the majority of Jews in the world, as well as in Israel, but are largely invisible and exploited both here and in Israel. Dude, just let me be insulated from people that don't like me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Organizations that explicitly include and seek to save Jews that aren't white. Okay. What the fuck, man? The following statements are examples of ways in which white Ashkenazi Jews have privilege because they are white. The privileges fellow whites, right? Constantly undermining whites and pushing anti-white stuff, but, you know, whites nonetheless, I guess. Privileges listed below are the ones that many white Ashkenazi Jews may take for granted today, but which are not available to most Jews of color in the United States. So this stuff is just the same, like, you can walk around and not feel slightly awkward. It's like, your entire thing is kvetching and being a neurotic fucking, you know? It's the insane, like, I can walk into my temple and feel, you know, my children are seen as Jews. I can walk into my temple with... Normal people do not kvetch about this. I guarantee you most Jews do not even fucking... I guarantee you they don't. The ones at the top financing this do. But not, like... It can't be. Right? Like, they would look at this and be like, oy vey. I'm gonna circumcise that from my life. You know, they... I don't know, maybe not. Beyond crazy, this is sickening. Yeah, totally, dude. Professor, Naomi Zach, okay, the term white privilege is misleading. A privilege is a special treatment that goes beyond a right. It's not so much that being white confers privilege, but that not being white means being without rights in many cases. No. Not fearing that the police will kill your child for no reason isn't a privilege, it's a right. That's not what's happening. I really don't think these people should be able to get away with espousing this at the collegiate level. You know, and when we were looking at that Sargon thread, it's like, okay, that guy in there who was espousing what should be done with the people who finance this and promote it, like, he was offering, like, a really authoritarian solution. I mean, dude, listen, like, a solution that's 1/100th as hardcore would suffice, dude. Like, just a round of firings, right? And then charge them for fraud, right? Fine them tons of money and give them, like, a light to medium prison sentence. Like, I totally support that. If you're some sort of administrator in a school or a teacher promoting this stuff, it should be considered fraud. It should be considered some sort of I don't know, some sort of, like, malfeasance. I don't know, like, Idaho banned critical race theory being taught in schools. Based. Absolutely based. Can you imagine being taught that 2 + 2 = 4 is racist? Yeah, I mean, in the 90s, when I was going to school, 90s and 2000s, like this sort of lefty crap was just starting. You know, it wasn't as, you know, they were more kind of subtly pushing the notion that like maleness is bad, and like, you know, the whites came through, and the poor Indians and the poor Jews and the poor blacks. Like, that's basically the general tenor that I think most people experience in school, you know. The term so yeah, they're pushing the notion that police are just killing black children for no reason, and that's not true. We all know that's not true. If you push that, you should be arrested, I think. I was talking to a white friend of mine earlier the other day. He has always lived in the New York City area. He couldn't see how the Michael Brown case had anything to do with him. I guess that would be an example of white privilege. It's like you can almost hear the up talk in this. The coastal elite sort of trust-funded up talk. I guess that would be an example of white privilege. You know, because they know they're lying. Because Michael Brown, we all know the facts came out about that. Like, dude was he reached twice, right? According to witnesses and according to all the evidence, right? So once again, yet another reason why this person should be banned or fired or arrested or ticketed. Other examples of white privilege include all the ways whites are unlikely to end up in prison for some of the same things black people do. Not even worried about... No. Stop lying. Stop worrying about skin color bias. Not even worried about being pulled over by the police while driving or stopped and frisked while walking in predominantly white neighborhoods. Having more family wealth because your parents and other forebears were not subject to Jim Crow and slavery. They were better off during Jim Crow. Stop lying. And if you live in a northern state like Pennsylvania, you have no right to talk about Jim Crow. Stop lying. You're a lying piece of shit, Sarah Barash Hagginsley. History has cruelly prepared us for the moment, and history calls us to account in real and tangible ways. We, as you, are all too familiar with what it means to fear a powerful police force who seem to see us as the enemy. Nine. Jawohl, Commandant. We are all too familiar with being portrayed by society's villains to be scapegoated and misunderstood. We know what it means to not be able to protect our own children from danger. You mutilate children with knives, and you abort children with abortion. You gender transition children. You feed hormone blockers to children. Stop talking about you put face muzzles on children. I don't want to hear about children from you people. You sacrifice children to a fucking creepy volcano god. I don't want to hear one iota about the children from these people ever again, dude. They maim children, they kill children. Go fuck yourself about the children, dude. We are fighting for the children, dude. We are fighting for the children. Alright? Samuel G. Friedman. As a college freshman, Fort Gain necessarily lacks perspective to see that his family's history, indeed Jewish history, is a saga of both persecution and achievement, being both underdog and overdog. It's just one. He clutches the memory of loss and struggle. He does not seem to accept the existence of inherited advantage. It's like, they do have privilege, but it's not because they look white, dude. it's, you know. Jim Crow definitely was a demon rat scheme, don't you know? DR3, Dems are the real racists. Facebook intentionally pushed the cop block group idea of black victimhood. Yeah, dude, back in 2014 through 2016-17 roughly, I was just flat out, like, in that space. Like, I was watching, like, Kyle Kalinske and shit like that, you know? So this is just basically, we can just skim through this and just surmise, like, this is them saying that, like, the Talmud and the Torah are commanding them to subvert anything, anything good, okay? That's kind of what it is, dude. The comfortable offspring. Like, how can we live as Jews in modern America with an honest admission that we are both Samson and the Nebish, the mighty and the vulnerable, comfortable offspring of a hated, hunted people? The answer turned up in the Torah portion, Bahar, which was read last Shabbat. In the text, the ancient Israelites are commanded to practice sabbatical from farming every 7th year, and a Jubilee year. Permit the poor to harvest food from the untended fields. Right. Okay, so this is why they have to come through and rabble-rouse the poor, because it just flat-out tells them to. They have to rabble-rouse, like, people that are not even, like, less per se. There's just less of that. There's, like, fewer of them, right? Like, oh, yeah, you know, underrepresented, which to them, lefties in general, means just there's fewer of them compared to the majority. Like, it doesn't mean, like, actually underrepresented or underserved. Because we all know that in media, Blakes are overrepresented by a lot compared to their, you know, as well as Jews and gay people and women and stuff like that. Like, they're overrepresented. And they're overrepresented in corporate spaces. They're overrepresented in politics. It's just not even. It's just a lie, right? Of course. So yeah. Rabbi Susan Talvey, St. Louis. Our job is to listen and get their young black men and women organizing for economic and other forms of justice. They're just straight up saying, they're straight up telling you that the purpose of their tribe is to rabble-rouse the Blakes to come violently take your shit, dude. Justice for Michael Brown is key for us. We need to use our connections and influence to make this as transparent a trial as possible. Well, I mean, we got transparency, and then Ferguson burned, right? I mean, because you fucking rabble-roused them, like you said right here. Use our influence. They're just flat out telling you. They're flat out fucking saying it. Oh man. We are bridge builders as grass tops. Be bold and use every connection you have to heal and the deep wounds. That is just nonsense. You're creating more wounds, more division. You're creating more resource extraction for yourselves. That's really what it is. Oh, wow. Why Jews should care about Ferguson. Maybe eventually it'll fucking come to your fucking front doorstep and you want to, like, keep lying to the blacks that it's a different tribe oppressing them. A few decades ago, it would have been easy to add Joyce to the list of disempowered victims. I could throw in Leo Frank, the victim of mob justice, an otherwise privileged Jewish man denied entrance to elite universities. That's insane, dude. They are not denied admission to fucking elite universities. That's just insane. They're still victims, and no, they're not. I don't care about a shooting. It's the exception of the rule. We all know that. Pogroms in Europe. Yeah. There's a crucial difference between these outbursts of anti-Semitic violence and those which marked an earlier era. American Europe. 119 countries, dude. 119 countries. Michael Brown, like it or not, that most American Jews find ourselves on the side of privilege. We may be off-white, as some theorists have proposed, but we're close enough. If we stand for the underdog, it will be out of ethics, not self-interest. So, I mean, could we surmise that their perceived oppression is just as fake and made up as the perceived oppression of Michael Brown and people like Michael Brown? Can we sort of surmise that one group was taught how to lie and kvetch about perceived oppression by the other one? Can we sort of just... We can read this and sort of conclude that they're getting into various educational spaces and corporate spaces and media influence spaces, and they're pushing this crap. And they're telling you to your face that they're doing it. In the name of... Right, in the name of all this. Yet, this too is exactly what core Jewish traditions are. Yet there are texts which speak of Jewish supremacy, of conquering everyone else, and of slavery, misogyny, and the rest. Based? Sources of non-oppression foreigners are more numerous. No, dude. It's rabble-rousing the foreigners to take out your perceived rivals. That's what it is. I mean, come on. Can we get with the pogrom here? I'm not white, I'm Jewish. Standing as Jews in the fight for racial justice. Right, well, they said it. Keep poor and working class white people near the bottom from establishing relationships of resistance with people of color. White people are constantly given the impression that they are in danger from people of color below them who will take away their jobs and anything else they have, and in danger from Jews above them who will exploit and control them. Well, you're not wrong. In this situation, no one is safe because the protection is conditional. The ruling class offers safe haven, economic success, voting rights, tolerance, and even status as honorary whites, such as it has to Jews, Asian Americans, and other groups when its support is needed. And then quickly withdraws those benefits and protections, setting up the wrath of the rest of the populace when scapegoats and a diversion are needed. It's 100 projection as they admit what they're doing. Whites are the scapegoat. Whites are the group that you want people to attack. Whites are the people that you're engaging in a progressive Jewish alliance, like to get all the fucking bleaks and browns and fags out in the streets, just angry and violent and Bernie and rapey, like. So what do we do to respond to this complicated set of circumstances? If we as Jews work against racism, but poor and working class whites and people of color continue to attack Jews as the common source of problems, we have increased the risk to ourselves and done nothing to attack the economic roots of injustice in the country. It's like, dude, it's right there. You meddling in so-called injustice and kvetching about it every 5 seconds, like a neurotic cokehead fucking tea cozy wearer. That's what fucks up everything. That's what makes everybody fucking cagey and neurotic as fuck in the first place. And, you know, that's what's doing it. We talk about it on this channel all the time. You know? Oega Vault is right. Non-Jays need to know that as a Jew, I participated in the struggle against racism as part of my identity and in fighting for justice, equality, and the end of exploitation, and for my personal and group safety. So it's like we're looking out for our own Lake Drive, like, mansions where we film, like, creepy, degenerate pornog and whatever it is these people do. Like, organize, like, violent riots and shit. I don't know, man. These people suck. They're afraid that the race riots they've fucking kicked up are gonna come to their front doorsteps. That's what it is, dude. Like, that's ultimately what it is. I want to give some brief examples of where the kind of coalition politics I'm referring to is being attempted by Jews. Jews for Racial and Economic Justice in New York, which is working on labor organizing and immigrant issues in the Asian community. So they want to do what? I mean, dude, the more diverse your country gets, the more into unionizing people, or sorry, the less into unionizing people are. You know? So these unions aren't going to get shit other than just setting up, like, shanty tent towns in Portland, places like Portland, you know what I mean? Jews for Racial and Economic Justice in New York, which is working on labor organizing, Jewish Coalition on Urban Affairs in Chicago, which is doing education and organizing around housing and economic justice issues. So yeah, just giving Blake's white people's tax dollars so that they get a $20,000 subsidy for a home loan, and they're going to be outbid by another white person who's making more, right? Because they're going to get that $20,000 bonus just for being black or brown, right? Or gay. Progressive Jewish Alliance in Los Angeles and in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is connecting individual Jews and Jewish congregations to grassroots struggles. Immigrant rights. Yep, flooding your country full of illegals who hate you. They're going to fucking put them through a educational system that will, again, like, manufacture sort of like mixed race, like frizzy-haired people that are just, they've lived their entire childhood wearing masks and depersonalizing and not socializing properly and just being inundated with just daily propaganda like this. Fucking hate you. Jews of color throughout the country are working to reclaim their cultures and to establish recognition, autonomy, and participation within the Jewish community. In conclusion, I want to leave you with a quote from Rabbi Tarfon, a 5th century Jewish leader, so that you have something to hold on to when the discussion about what is white dies down and the question, so what are you going to do about it, remains. That is fucking violent and eerie sounding. Rather than being overwhelmed by the task ahead, we should remember Rabbi Tarfon's words. It's not upon you to finish the task, neither are you free to desist from it. So there they go. Just straight up telling you that they intend to undo you. Like, white person. They just, you know... They just straight up told you, like, in their own words. Very slippery, shifty, shekel-funded words, but they know exactly what white is. when it comes to attacking whites, but when it comes to like humanizing white, they plumb forgot. Well, what is a white person? Well, I'm kvetching. I don't know what that is, but you know, let's subsidize non-white housing in white areas. Let's let non-white people out of jail. Let's put everybody in masks and drum up riots. And if white people have a problem with it, well, that's just some sort of Kafka trap that they've fallen into, and we can just gaslight them. Oh, you know, you're just demonstrating fragility. Butthurt white male incel. It's like, it's fucking fake and gay and Jay. You know what I mean? But I'm just about sick of this. Oh yeah, thank God that I went to alternate platforms, you guys. Follow me on fucking Odyssey, follow me on DLive, follow me on BitChute, follow me on Telegram, whatever. But I'm gonna play us out with some fucking negative XP. This is a couple of my 2 favorite songs by Dude right now. Peace, dudes. Subscribestar.com/Duerstream donates if you got a fucking...
Every little single thing I do comes back to you. It's like deja vu. Every stupid little game I play is always the same. It's always this way. I think I sang the song before. It's so familiar. I think I've used these words. Incoming error alert. I think my brain don't work. I think my brain don't work. Well, I try to reset the game, but it plays the same. It always plays the same. Well, I try to reset the game, but it plays the same. It always plays the same. Well, I try to reset the game, but it plays the same. It always plays the same. Well, I try to reset the game, but it plays the same. It always plays the same. Every little stupid song I sing the same old thing. I sing the same old thing. Every little stupid string I swing, I play the same old thing. I play the same old thing. I go round and round, this surround sound. It's always this way. You just need to press play. And you sing my song.